Hello and welcome. Monty Python's Terry Jones is the only movie director to have 3 films banned in Ireland. Irish authorities banned The Meaning of Life and Monty Python's Life of Brian on religious grounds. The third was the 1987 British sex comedy drama Personal Services, inspired by the life of notorious London brothel keeper Cynthia Payne, labelled Madam Sin by Britain's tabloids. A suburban establishment catered mainly to older and often lonely gentlemen, and not surprisingly, Terry created many hilarious scenes in what is a very entertaining film. Now, while the Irish ban was short-lived, the movie triggered lively debate. It starred British actress Julie Walters, who became a worldwide star for her role in Educating Rita, opposite Michael Caine. And Personal Services also served to highlight the sexual hypocrisy in Britain's middle class and their uptight attitudes to sex in the 1980s. I asked Terry what kind of research he did on the story before directing the film.
Question, I suppose, almost an obvious question is: did you talk to Cynthia, the real woman, first to get some sort of idea of her background?
Yeah, well, David Leland, who wrote the thing, wrote Personal Service, he spent about 2 years getting to know Cynthia, and going to her parties and getting to know her older clients and the girls and things. And then when I read the script, when I actually got involved in the project, the script was already written, and I just thought it was a fantastic script. And then David said, well, I think you want to meet Cynthia, you want to go to one of her sex parties and have a, see the atmosphere and everything.
You refused, of course.
Oh, well, I did to begin with. I took a bit of persuading. Eventually, it did get me along. I went to a couple of parties, and this resulted in great headlines in the Sun, or the Scum, as we call it in English. It's something like, Python TV comic at sex orgies, it said. But it was useful to go, actually, because the atmosphere was, it's in the film. We captured the atmosphere very much on the film. It's very much what it's like at the parties. And I think if it hadn't gone, I don't think I probably would have been going through quite that level.
And so the woman herself, I mean, she comes across as almost somebody's aunt who kind of is doing this favour for these seemingly lonely men.
I think there's a certain amount of that in it. I think, Christine in the film isn't really Cynthia Payne. I mean, she's about 80% of her is Cynthia Payne, if you like. But it's not quite the same character. But I think Cynthia herself, or Christine, I'm not quite sure who I'm talking about here. I think she's somebody who's always been fascinated by sex, and yet somehow never got anything out of it, never actually enjoyed it herself. And yet she can see everybody else enjoying it, and she's always, since a girlhood, she's been fascinated by it. And so in the end, she sort of ended up sort of running it for everybody else, and she found herself and her vocation, and just sort of working it out for everyone else.
How old is she now?
I don't know how old Cynthia is now.
I mean,
she must be 55.
Oh, 55. And is she still actually functioning? Does she still operate a brothel?
No, she doesn't run a brothel, because that was what there was a big court case in. I mean, she wasn't running the brothel when we sort of. Oh, hello there. How you doing? Yeah, sorry about that. Absolutely, you're seeing it. I haven't seen it for a little while. No, because she wasn't running. She hadn't run a brothel since 1980, when she can't do it.
All right. Right. Julie Walters.
Yeah.
Was she first on the line to?
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I mean, we looked at a lot of people, in fact, but as soon as Julie read the scene, I mean, I hadn't got any doubts that she was the one.
What to me, anyway, what she brings to it is a sense of sort of almost rebellion in what she's doing. I mean, nobody's going to get over the top of her about it.
I think that's it. I think there's a certain amount of that in the script. It's sort of somebody saying, well, I'm not going to put up with this hypocrisy any longer. I'm going to just do what I want and going for it like that. I think also in the character of the Wing Commander, there's also that comes out in him as well.
Was he based on a real character?
He was, yeah. He was a squadron leader in real life.
Right, thinly disguised it. And what about you were just talking about the Irish situation. What happened? Was the film was banned?
The film was banned, yes, by the Irish censor. But then he was banned by the Irish censor. But then that meant that the Irish censor had only ever banned 4 films. One of them was Ken Russell's Crimes of Passion, and the other 3 were all directed by me. It was Monty Python's Life of Brian, Meaning of Life, and then Personal Services. So now, just yesterday, I think it was, the appeals board has rejected the censor's ban for the first time, I think. And so the film is actually opening in Ireland next week.
Are you surprised that it has opened so incredibly strongly in Australia?
Yes, I suppose so. I don't know, really.
I mean, we're such a conservative nation, sex and all that sort of
Yeah.
thing.
Yes.
Really.
The trouble is, I've got no image. It's so far away. I've never been to Australia. It doesn't quite. I don't quite. Don't know
No,
what
actually, we love that sort of film.
Yeah.
No, really. I mean, Monty Python was, all of that, all
Yeah.
of John Cleese, everything. Fawlty Towers has always been a huge success. Julie did very well with educating readers.
Right,
So
yeah.
it was, and your name associated with it because obviously they have used it.
Well, I hope they haven't used sort of Monty Python as a...
Oh, no, not at all.
Yes. I hate people to go and see it and think it's anything to do with Monty
Not at
Python.
all. Oh, no. Well, I mean, the references have been in stories of Terry Jones,
I
Monty
see.
Python, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Sadly, Terry Jones died in 2020. He had well over 100 credits, not only as an actor and director, but as a composer and screenwriter. For any sports fans, as a young man, he'd also boxed and played rugby. He died at the age of 77 from complications of dementia at his home in Highgate, North London.